As a fan of individuals who play professional sports, I take no joy in making this video. And I hope that this video ages badly. But I have a feeling that Sunday may be Deshaun Watson's last game, not only for the Browns, but in the NFL. Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social media, in sports, politics, and entertainment. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So before the season, I got into a conversation about which player had the most to prove. And to no surprise, the name Deshaun Watson came up. And this was based on his performance as a Brown, where in 2022, he only played 6 games and threw for 7 touchdowns. Much of that due to his legal troubles, where the NFL suspended him for the first 11 games. In 2023, he didn't fare much better. He suffered a shoulder injury during the season, which contributed to his ineffectiveness, and the season eventually ended when he had shoulder surgery and ended up only playing 6 games. And in that season, he only threw for 7 touchdowns and just over 1,100 yards. Now, this is on top of him being awarded a record contract of $230 million, guaranteed. The Browns awarded him this contract based on his past seasons with the Houston Texans, where he played from 2017 to 2021. His best statistical season was in 2020, where he threw for over 4,800 yards and 33 touchdowns. Now, entering the 2024 season, the Browns revamped their entire offense. They hired Ken Dorsey as their offensive coordinator and changed to a 5-wide spread offense. All of this was in the hopes that Watson would soon return to his Houston Texan playing form that touted him as being one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But after his Week 1 performance loss against the Dallas Cowboys, in which he went 24 for 45, he had 1 touchdown with 2 interceptions, all for just 169 yards, plus the new allegations that's against him right now, in which Watson denied. You have to wonder if the game against Jacksonville will be his last. Now, this new allegation was during the time period of the sexual misconduct allegations, where he was accused of sexual misconduct by more than 24 women who worked as masseuses. But this one is far worse than the others. So let's read what Deshaun Watson is being accused of. According to the lawsuit, Watson, who was playing for the Houston Texans at the time, had become angry when he initially couldn't find the woman's apartment, yelling at her on the phone, and when inside, as the woman was getting ready in the bathroom, Watson allegedly took off his clothes and demanded a massage to his buttocks while lying on her bed. According to the filing, the woman, Jane Doe, we'll call her, said she was terrified. She was in her small apartment with a much larger man. Doe thus tried to appease Watson by rubbing his back rather than his buttocks, the suit reads. Watson insisted she massage his buttocks, but she refused, and he became frustrated, according to the suit. Jane then froze in fear, unsure of how to refuse Watson's advances without jeopardizing her safety, the suit alleges. According to the lawsuit, Watson disrobed the woman and penetrated her without consent, implicit or explicit. The suit alleges Jane Doe felt paralyzed, unsure if she should risk her safety by trying to stop Watson or endure his assault. The sexual assault allegedly lasted for several minutes before the woman broke free and grabbed a heavy object for protection, the suit has. The lawsuit claims Watson then stormed out of the apartment. Now, what I just read was rape, and there's now new information that the alleged victim plans on meeting with the NFL in 2 weeks, and her lawyer says that there's pertinent video evidence that they will submit. Now, here's my belief. I don't think it's a coincidence that after Watson had a bad game that these allegations came out. I think the Browns knew about it, and I think that they're trying to get that contract voided. And this is just my belief, my opinion here. I think that they've had enough, and they want to recoup the remainder of that $230 million. I mean, if we think about it, why would it come out now? Now, if Watson would have threw for 3 touchdowns and had 300 yards, would this have come out? Watson's standings with the fans are at an all-time low, and even the diehards who believed in him are cutting bait. I think the only thing Watson has going for him now is that he's playing on the road. The fans in Cleveland has had enough. The Boo Birds were in force last Sunday. So hopefully for Watson, he'll have a good to great game in Jacksonville. Then maybe it will change the feelings of the organization and the fans. But if he comes out and performs poorly again, don't be surprised if the fans or the team, decides to bench him and move forward with voiding that contract. And that will be just the least of his problems. If the NFL finds there's some truth to those new allegations, then he would have played his last NFL game of his career. Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.